Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the forecast discussion for June 20th, 2017. It's currently 6:12 a.m. and it is absolutely beautiful out. Look, it's late June and we have dew points in the upper 40s to lower 50s. You can't ask for better weather than that as we head towards the end of June and towards the start of July. Unfortunately, it's not going to last. And we're going to return to a more humid weather pattern, not necessarily hot, at least not for the entire region, but certainly more humid as we head towards the end of this week and we kick off the 4th of July weekend. So, look for scattered cloud cover today, high pressure in control, light winds from the northwest around 5 to 15 miles per hour, high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s throughout the region. Radar, pretty much high and dry, not much to talk about there. And on the infrared satellite picture, you can see high pressure over the Ohio River Valley. This high pressure system will shift towards Virginia and then off the mid-Atlantic coast. And while doing so, we'll have winds start to redevelop out of the southwest at around 10 to 20 miles per hour by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, with this warm front lifting northward through the Great Lakes and basically clipping the region. There will be a threat for a few isolated, widely scattered showers tomorrow. Not a washout in any way, shape, or form, but a passing shower is possible, followed by scattered cloud cover and more humidity in the atmosphere. But temperatures really not all that warm, as far as hot, should I say, with high temperatures in the mid 70s along the coast and mid to upper 80s in the Delaware River Valley. So let's dive into this forecast. For today, high pressure in control, crisp, beautiful, comfortable, high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. For tonight, a warm front will be approaching the region. We'll notice winds will start to back towards the southwest at around 10 to 20 miles per hour as we head towards the morning hours. This warm front is going to move through. Again, I can't rule out an isolated shower tomorrow morning. Low temperatures, you'll notice in the lower to mid 60s with a bit more humidity in the atmosphere. And by tomorrow afternoon, again, can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm, though most locations will have a mix of sun and clouds. High temperatures in the mid-70s on Long Island, upper 70s to lower 80s along the coast, and mid-80s in the Delaware River Valley. On Friday, a tropical air mass is in place, and much hotter weather conditions can be expected, especially in the Delaware River Valley. Can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm, and also watch out for some locally dense fog along the coast in the morning hours. Look for lows in the upper 60s to lower 70s, highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s on Long Island, mid 80s along the coast, and upper 80s to lower 90s in the Delaware River Valley and in your urban areas. On Saturday, pretty much the same thing as what we see on Friday. With a trough of low pressure lingering over the region, there's a threat for a few isolated showers and thunderstorms. A few of these thunderstorms will be capable of some very heavy downpours. Otherwise, look for some fog in the morning that could be locally dense and a mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon. Look for temperatures to range from the upper 60s to lower 70s for lows, high temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s on Long Island, mid 80s along the coast, and upper 80s to lower 90s in the Delaware River Valley and in your urban areas. On Sunday, that trough continues to linger over the region with a threat for isolated showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. And again, those thunderstorms will be capable of some very heavy downpours. Otherwise, there will be a threat for locally dense fog in the morning and a mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon. Temperatures will range from the upper 60s to lower 70s for lows, high temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s on Long Island, lower to mid 80s along the coast, and mid to upper 80s in the Delaware River Valley. On Monday, a cold front will linger over the region with a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, but not a washout in any way, shape, or form. Otherwise, look for fog in the morning, mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon, and temperatures will range from the upper 60s for lows and upper 70s to lower 80s on Long Island, lower to mid 80s along the coast, and mid to upper 80s in the Delaware River Valley. On Tuesday, 4th of July, the cold front will continue to linger over the region, but I'm not looking for a lot in the way of precipitation here. I can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but most locations will remain dry with a mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon. Again, that threat for locally dense fog will be in place in the morning hours. Temperatures on 4th of July will range from the mid to upper 60s for lows, upper 70s to lower 80s on Long Island, lower to mid 80s along the coast, and mid to upper 80s in the Delaware River Valley. And on Wednesday, That cold front continues to linger over the region with a threat for some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, look for a mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon, locally dense fog in the morning, and temperatures will range from the upper 60s to lower 70s for lows. High temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s on Long Island, lower to mid 80s along the coast, and mid 80s in the Delaware River Valley. So as you can see here, this pattern is more tropical than it is more of a heat wave. And in fact, pretty much the only days where we see anywhere near 90 degrees is going to be on Friday and Saturday. Other than that, we have temperatures basically in the 80s with high levels of humidity and a threat for a shower or thunderstorm. So basically, late June, early July type weather. That is your forecast discussion for today. Thank you for following NYNJPA Weather, and as always, stay safe out there.